Orca Tactical makes bags for all of your range and outdoor needs. Range bags, backpacks, and other bags where the different uses are endless. Use discount code Wiley15 for 15% off your order at orcatacticalgear.com. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be talking about how you need to set up an Lpvo optic. If you don't know what an Lpvo is, well, actually, I guess you probably would know what it is if you're actually watching this video. So we're not going to go too much into what it is, obviously. But I did get one from Monstrum Tactical, did a video on it. A real good budget-friendly option that's still pretty good quality for what you get. I did do a video on that. If you're interested in that, you can check that out. That video should already be up by now. But when I did get one and mounted it, I found out that you can't use a regular set of backup sights. So we're going to talk about what you need to think about if you're interested in getting one of these, if you haven't before. If you're interested in a backup sight option, what are your options? So that is what we're going to be talking about today. As usual, since the Lpvo optic that I got was from Monstrum Tactical, this video is also sponsored by Monstrum Tactical. They sent me a couple of things out that we're going to talk about in this video of some of your options that you can do for backup sight if you're interested in, going down this road and you want a backup option. So this is the Lpvo that I got from Monstrum Tactical. Now, when you use this is pretty much a scope. So I had a Magpul flip up backup sights on here. If you do that and you look through, you can't see because it's a magnified optic. So that is completely useless. So I had to take those off. What I did after that is I actually have 45 flip up sights. These particular ones are from Dagger Defense, a real good budget company for some different stuff like this. Just pop a button. Both of them pop up like that. So if you are using this and this is Lpvos have a illuminated reticle on them, if it did go out and you wanted to do something different, all you'd have to do is turn it and use your 45 backup sights. So, and one other thing to mention, if you want to go down this road of getting this particular optic, if you didn't want to do a backup sight, you don't necessarily have to, because what's really cool about Lpvos is it's a scope. Even though it's got an illuminated reticle, if it does go out, you still have crosshairs on this. So it's not going to be as good without the reticle, but it's not going to be completely useless. So you don't have to have a backup option if you don't want to. It's just, I would prefer to have one. I think most people would, but like if you're doing a budget build, or if you ain't got a whole lot of money and you wanted to like get into this line of stuff, you don't right off the bat have to have a backup option. It's not a necessity that you have a backup option with this, because even if it goes out, like I said, you still do have the reticles there for you to use. So another option is your only other option for backup sight is going to have to be a 45 backup sight of some kind. So what they did is, I haven't put this on here yet because I'm still waiting on optic. We're going to get into that. Monstrum sent me over this new Lpvo scope mount. When you do get this particular one, you do have just separate. It comes with two separate scope mounts to mount it. This is the new one that they sent. It's one piece. And what this does is it actually gives you the option to mount a other mount on here at a 45. This particular one is what I would prefer, but you've got this other piece that slides on here, and then you have two set screws that mount it in place. This particular one is to mount a micro red dot, which is what I would prefer. I personally only have one and it's on something else, so I'm not going to pull that off of there to put it on this. I'm eventually going to get another one to be able to use this, but another option that they have is what I originally requested from Monstrum, but they actually sent me the wrong one. But you can get this particular Lpvo scope mount in this with the micro red dot, or you can get this with a Picatinny rail option. This would be the pick rail that would slide on here as well, and you can mount a small red dot like this. This is the Vader from Monstrum. I just did a video on this, and this is really cool. I don't know where the mounts went, but this particular one actually comes with a low profile Picatinny rail mount, and it also comes with a co-witness mount, so you can use it like your main red dot, or if you wanted to do something like this, or if you wanted to mount it on anything else that you really needed a low profile mount on. This has both of those options, so that's really good. But what I wanted to do was put the pick rail on here and use this red dot, but like I said, they sent me the wrong one, so I'll probably wait to go ahead and get a micro red dot, which would be smaller than this, which is what I would prefer. But this is another option you can do. You can get one of these from Monstrum. Like I said, if you wanted to have a micro red dot, or if you had a red dot like this that was not really big that you still could use and didn't want to cough up the money for another micro red dot, which all of those are fairly expensive. So if you're doing this more in a budget mindset, getting one of these is a really good option. You can get one with pick rail. If you've got a small red dot like that that has a low profile mount, you can pop that on the side. And then if this ever were to go out, you do have that red dot on the side here, and you just can it over on a 45, which I would prefer. Like I said, I still have my 45 flip-up sights on here because I'm still waiting on what I want to do, because I would prefer to have another illuminated reticle on here, which would be a red dot, preferably micro red dot, because I wouldn't want it to be able to snag on anything, which is really good for 45 flip-up sights because they do fold down. It's not up all the time. So that is one thing to think about. So if you did want to do this option, you wanted a illuminated reticle for a backup sight with your Lpvo, this is a real good option from Monstrum, is to get this. Like I said, there are two different ones. You can get it for a micro red dot, and you can get it for anything else. It's got a pick rail option instead of the micro red dot mount on here. So it's, if you've got something already that you want to use, you can still get this with the pick rail. If you've got a red dot, or if you wanted to get a red dot, a micro red dot, there's another option to mount a specific red dot on that. And when you get this, you do get a bunch of different mounts for like Vortex and Trigicon and a bunch of the main standard micro red dots. They do have all of the different stuff to be able to mount pretty much almost all micro red dots on this particular mount. So that's really good. If you want to do this, you can get a hold of this for just $30. So that is all I have for you guys today. If you're interested in checking out the video on this particular Lpvo, you can check that out on the channel. It's up by now. If you're watching this, hadn't been that long ago, be sure to check that video out. And I did do an initial video on that other red dot that I'm thinking about mounting on here as a backup site. If you're interested in checking that out, you can see that as well. All of those videos and this one was sponsored by Monstrum Tactical, so be sure to check those guys out online. If you like this video, be sure to give me a thumbs up and let me know all of your thoughts down in the comment section below. If you haven't yet, be sure to consider getting subscribed to the channel and ring the bell so you don't miss any content over here on the channel. And be sure also to check me out on Instagram at the Josh Wiley channel. I do post a bunch of pictures over there. Some stuff I post over there doesn't actually make it to a video here on YouTube, so you can see all the stuff I'm doing over there on Instagram. That is all I have for you guys, and I will see you in the next one. See ya.